Hi, and welcome to BremSter Puzzles, and back to Sudokétudes set 7, where we're covering one of the rare Sudokétudes which uses multiple constraints, this one using the Entropic Lines and the Whispers-5 constraint, sometimes called the German Whispers constraint. Of course, there'll be a link below to where you can try this puzzle for yourself, as well as to access all of the Sudokétudes puzzles and, of course, download this pack for yourself. But let's just get into the rules and try the puzzle. So what do we have? We've got normal Sudoku rules apply, so in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. We've got entropic lines, so any set of 3 sequential cells along a thin beige line. So I've made these lines a different thickness than I normally do, so people who have color issues can actually tell the difference. Must contain a low digit, so in these 3 cells there must be one low digit, 1 digit from 1, 2, 3, a middle digit, 1 digit from 4, 5, 6, and a high digit, 1 digit from 7, 8, 9. Digits may repeat on lines if allowed by other rules. And then adjacent digits on a thick green line, so these are Whisper-5 lines, adjacent digits on one of these thick green lines must have a difference of at least 5. They're the rules. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So okay, first thing is you can never put 5 on one of these Whisper-5 lines. So even though they're called Whisper-5s, they can't take a 5. And the reason for this is to have a 5 difference, you're either adding 5 or more or subtracting 5 or more. Now, if you were to add 5 or more to 5, you're at 10 or higher, and subtracting you're at 0 or lower. So there would be nothing you could put next to a 5 that is within the ranges of 1 to 9. So there's no 5 on any of these green lines. But it does also mean that every digit is either below 5 or above 5. And you can't put 2 digits below 5 next to each other because the maximum difference is 3. And you can't put 2 digits above 5 next to each other because the maximum difference is 3. So that means whatever digit you have here, if it's below 5, the one next to it must be above 5, and then the one next to that must be below 5. And you're always going to alternate below, above, below, above, below, above, however you go along the line. And we call that alternating polarity. So these are always going to be the same, either above or below. So, and these are going to be the others. So that's what we know straight away from those. And I'm not seeing how to use that straight away, but there is a property about these lines which is similar that we want to pay attention to. So let's use some coloring here. Let's say this was one version, this was a different version, this is a different version, because we know that within these, one set of the digits is going to be from 1, 2, 3, one is going to be from 4, 5, 6, and one is going to be from 7, 8, 9. So we don't know which is which, but we do know that one of these is from one of each of those sets. Now let's look at this set of 3 digits. Well, we know that we've already got whichever one the blue and the green represent, we don't know, but whichever one they represent, what we don't have in this is whichever set that the yellow represents. So this is the equivalent of the yellow, and those are from the same, we call them the entropic sets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are from the same entropic set, and this is the same as the blue entropic set. So we end up with this situation. Now, we know this is going to have to be either low or high for the German whisper line, and the same low or high as this, so we get to this weird situation, and I don't think these can actually be, these can't be low. So let's look at that. Can those 3 digits be low? And the answer is no, because what low digits could those be? Because remember how we had to alternate? And that's where I should have started. But this is an important concept to remember. So now let's look at those 3 cells, which we know have to be the same high-low, and say, can they be low? And the answer is no, because what would those 2 cells be? Well, they couldn't be 1, 2, or 3, so both of those would need to be 4. So that doesn't work. So these are from 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now, this one can't be a 6, and the reason is that 5 difference again, because you can't add, because remember the ones next to it had to be lower, so you're subtracting 5 from 6. But if you subtract 5 from 6, the only thing you have is 1, and both of those would need to be 1. So this can't be a 6. Now, these are from 1, 2, and 4, and these can't be 4 for the same reason. If you add 5 to 4, you've got 9, and the only partner to 4 would be 9, and both of its partners would need to be the same digit, which doesn't work. So this is actually a 1-2 pair, which by Sudoku now means that 2 is in one of those 2, and 1 is in one of those 2. but we end up with this situation. But this is from 6, 7, 8, or 9. And that digit is the same entropy as that one. So that can't be the 2. If that was the 2, this would have to be a 1, 2, or 3, and it's not. So that's not the 2, that's the 2. And this digit is the same entropy as that. Remember the coloring I did? These two are shared, so those two have to be the same. If this was a 1, that would have to be a 1, 2, or 3, and it's not. So that's not the 1, that's the 1. Now there must be a 3 there must be a low digit in that set of 3. That's not the low digit, and I can't use a 1 or a 2 in any of those. That is a 3 in one of those. And the same is true here. There must be a low digit in that set of 3. That's not the low digit, and I can't use 1 or 2 in either of those. There's a 3 in one of those. That 3 is looking up saying that's not the 3, that's the 3, which is looking across saying that's not the 3, that's the 3. Now, if this is a low digit, this now must be a low digit from 1, 2, or 3, because of the same thing. These are now going to be middle and high because this set of 3 has its low, so those have to be middle and high in that set of 3, and in that set of 3 we know these are middle and high, so this has to be low, and it can't be a 2. So this is a 1 or a 3, and now we can use the high-low along this line. If these are low, these are all low, so this is 1, 2, or 3, and this is 1, 2, or 3 because they can't be 4, can't be 2 here, so that's not the 2, this is the 2, and these are 6, 7, 8, 9 because they have to be high, and they can't be 6 because then both of their partners would need to be the same digit. Okay, this is a low digit, 1, 2, or 1 or 3. So as we skip the middle and the high, whatever order they are, this has to be a low digit and be a 1, 2, 3, and it can't be a 3. So this is a 1 or a 2, which that one could possibly still be a middle digit. Okay. Right. Those two digits there. Those two digits are the same. They're either both below 5 or both above 5. But if they were both below 5, what digits are available? Because 2, 3, and 4 are already taken in the column. So it doesn't work. Those have to be above 5 and are from 6, 7, 8, 9, and they can't be from 6. So those are both above. These are below 5, so they're from 1, 2, 3, 4. The 2 and the 4 come out of here. There's another reason why this couldn't have been the 4, which is both of those would need to be 9. So this is 1 or 3, and it's not a 3. This is a 1, which takes 1 out of both of those. This can't be a 2 or a 3, because then there would be 2 low digits in this run of 3 digits on the entropic line. So that's the 4, and the only thing 5 different from 4 is 9. So that means there's no 4 there or 9 there. That 9 takes 9 out of there. Okay. This is a low digit now. It's from 1, 2, or 3. So we've got a middle and a high here, and the low digit in this set of 3 must be here. This must be 1, 2, or 3, and it's not 2 because of that 2. Okay. And now what are those? Because they have to be either middle or high. So those are either low or high. But if they were low, that would need to be 4, and that would need to be 4, and that doesn't work. And the reason for that is if these were low, if these were all low digits, they'd be from 1, 2, 3, 4. But this can't be from 1, 2, 3, or I'd break that entropic line, and this can't be from 1, 2, 3, I'd break that entropic line. So they would both be 4, and that's broken. So these are actually high digits. This one can't be 6 because both of its partners would need to be the same digit. This one can't be 8. This one can't be 7. Actually, I could do the same here. This one can't be 8. This one can't be 7. No, that's okay. But these are low, 1, 3, 4, and they can't be 4 because 4 has the same digit as its, would need 2 9s next to it. So this is a 1, 3 pair. Okay. So far, so good. This 7 means this isn't a 7. Yeah, because I could have taken that out because of these being 1 and 3. because if these are 1 and 3, one of those digits has to be a 3. And if you add 5 to 3, you get to 8. So this has to be 8 or higher. Two is in one of those two by Sudoku. This is a middle digit. So this has to be a high digit because we've got a low and a middle on this section of the entropic line. So this is a high digit that is an 8 or a 9. That's a 7. But if now this has got a high and a low, so this has to be middle, it's 4, 5, or 6. Now, I can't see how to narrow that down, but if this is a 6, we'd have two middles next to each other. So that's not the 6. This is 7 or 9. Now, this is a triple in the row. I've got 1, 2, 3. These are 4, 5, 6 because I've also got 7, 8, 9. So this is a middle digit. And it's not 4. So 4 is in one of those two, which is fine. But this is a middle digit. So we've got low, middle. This has to be high. So it's 7, 8, 9. And that is now a 7, 8, 9 triple in the column. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. So these are 4, 5, 6, meaning that is a middle digit on this entropic line. So I've got low, I've got middle. This has to be high. It has to be 7, 8, 9, and it's not 7. That's 8 or 9. But now I know that that is not 6 because then this would be middle, low, middle, and that doesn't work. It has to be middle, low, high, and that can't be high. So this can't be middle. This has to be high. That's an 8, 9 pair, taking an 8 out of there. This is a 6 or a 7, and if this is a 6 or a 7, they're both too close to 3. 6 is only 3 away from 3, and 7 is only 4 away. So that's the 1, that's the 3. Which 3 is in one of those two, but I had that a while ago. I just didn't put it in. This is a 1, 2 pair because 1 must be in one of those two and 1 is here. So there's no 1 in any of those. And because of the 2s, there's no 2 in any of those. This is a 1, 2 pair. Okay. But this is, no, actually, I don't know whether that is middle or high. I've got all the others. Okay, this can't be low. If it's middle, it can't be 4. It would be 5, 6. If it's high, it can't be 7 or 9. It'd be 8. This one can't be low. If it's middle, it's 5. If it's high, it's 8 or 9. 1 is in one of those two because of these ones. 2 and 2. Oh, 2 and 2. Where's the 2? That's a 2. So there's a 3. Where's the 3 in this box? The 3 has to be in one of those, which means this is a 1, which means this is a 2 and this is a 1. Puts 2 in one of those. The 1 looks up, however, making that the 2 and that the 1, which means the 2 in this box now can't be in any of those, or because of that 2 there. So 2 is in one of those two. Where's the 4 in this box? 4 means 4 is not in any of those, and I can't put it on the line. That's the 4. So this isn't the 4. Okay. There's no 8 there because of the 8 in the box already. Does mean 8 is in one of those two. Right, this is a triple because I've got 6 digits already in the row. So these are 3, 5, and 9. But I can't put 3 in either of those. So that is the 3. And this is a 5, 9, which I'm not seeing how to resolve. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 7, 8. These are 5, 7, and 8 and must contain a 5. Which means this isn't a 5. Oh, 4 in this box. 4, 4, and 4 eliminate all of those cells. That is the 4. Which means this isn't the 4. But 4 and 4 now makes that the 4. Which means 4 is in one of those two, but that 4 is looking up saying not there. That's the 4. 4 is in one of those two to finalize the 4. The 4s will be in one of those positions to finish it off. Seven in this column. Yeah, we're 7 in this column. That 7 says not there. I can't put 7 in any of those. So the 7 in this column has to go there, making that the 9. Taking the 9 out of there, this is a 7-8 pair. That's cool. So this is actually a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. There's no 9 there. But that 7-8 pair says what is that cell? Because if that was a 7 or an 8, I would run out of digits for those cells. So that's the 5, that's not the 5, which means this isn't the 5. So this column, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is from 6, 7, 8. So it's 6 or 8 because it can't be 7. This is 6, 7, or 8. The 3 here has to go next to the 8 because 3 and 7 would be too close. So wherever the 3 is in one of those goes next to the 8. So there'll be a 3, 8 here or a 3, 8 here. This 3 and 3 means there's no 3 in any of those. That 3's, yeah, so 3 is down here in the corner. 5, 8, 9. These are all 5, 8, 9. So this is only 5 or 8. This one is all of them. But it does mean 9 is in one of those two. This is 5, 6, or 8. One is in one of those two because of these ones. 2 is up here in one of those two. 3, I don't know. 4 is in one of those two. Okay. I think I've got all the entropies done. Low, low, mid, high. This can't be high because then I would this is the trick. If this was high, I'd have high, low, high. That doesn't work. This must be mid, which means it's 6, which works for the 1, but it means there's no 6 in any of those. This is a 4, 5 pair, making this the 6, which means this is the 5, looking down, making this the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 5, 8, 9. The 6 looks across, making that the 7. So this is 5, 8, 9 for the row. It's not 9, it's 5 or 8. So that is a 5, 6, 8 triple, and that becomes a 7, making that an 8, making that a 7, making that an 8. 3 is too close to 7, so that's the 1, that's the 3. That means this isn't the 1, this is the 1. The 7 looks in saying that's not the 7. The 9 looks across, making that the 8. which means this is the 5, this is the 6, this is the 8. Looking down, taking 8 out of those, making that the 5, that the 6. 6 comes out of those, but more importantly, 5 comes out of both of those, so that's the 7. That is now an 8-9 pair. So this is a triple. 1, 2, 5, 6. Well, there's no 2 there. There's no 6 there. Eight, 9 here makes this one the 5 and this not the 5. This is a 7 or a 9 to complete the row. And the 7 looks like making that the 9 and that the 7. Okay, I'm getting close to the end, I think. Need to put a 3 in this column. There's no 3 in those. There's no 3 in those. That's an 8. There's a 3 in one of those two and it's not there. That is a 3. I know the 2 is in one of those two. So these are 2, 5, 6 because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are 2, 5, 6. Now the 6 says that's not the 6. Oh, the 8 looks down, making that the 9, that the 8, which makes that the 9, that the 8, which looks across, making that the 9, that the 8. Two, 5. That's a 2, 5 pair, which means that's the 4, that's the 5, which makes that the 6, taking 6 out of there. But the 9 looks up, making that the 5, making that the 9, making that the 6, making that the 5, which makes that the 2, which makes that the 5, which makes that the 2. The 2 and the 5 makes that the 6, and now I'm just down to a single pair of digits. These are 4 and 9, and I'll use that 4 to make that the 9 and that the 4. And that is how you solve the machine part or machine part. This is another one you can see is quite old. 170 days since this was tested by one of my testers. But the, yeah, I really liked the interaction of the whispers running into the entropic, running into the whisper, running into the entropic. I remember Maggie having more to do with setting this puzzle than she's been given credit for, but it's her choice whether her name gets put on a puzzle or not. But I like this one. This was fun. Thank you everyone for watching. I think there's only 2 or 3 more to go. I'm kind of losing track. I'm recording in between periods where the medication is letting me feel good because I need to get them ready for release. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you're enjoying them. And as always, good luck with your solving.